Now look, listen, 'cause you're gonna hear a brand new story about a great engineer. He's the greatest of them all, we claim. Number one's his engine, Casey Jones, his name. Casey Jones, steaming and rolling. Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, it's Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball S. Casey Jones, steaming and rolling. Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, it's Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball Express.
What we need is a whole new locomotive. Patch her up in one spot and she busts out in another.
Casey, you shouldn't talk like that about the Cannonball. Locomotives are like people, temperamental once in a while. I'll fix that cylinder pack and it'll hold.
You'd better, or I'll scrap the old junk pile. She couldn't pull a setting hen off her nest.
That right? Here are your orders. We got the measles or something. Nary passenger and only 2 plows for freight.
We'll fill up to busting at the junction. Big bunch going to the fair.
Guess what, Dad? Mix is gonna make me a double-span bridge for my train set.
That's fine. That's very nice of you, Miggs.
It's nothing. I'm mighty fond of this little fella.
Say, check the left rear wheel on the passenger coach. Hot journal.
Right away.
I fixed you a special good lunch. Bologna and fried egg sandwiches with lots of mustard and piccalilli.
By the way, Casey, how are you and the boy getting along, being bachelors?
Oh, fine.
The next time his wife goes away a visiting, I'm going to take a vacation. He's been crabbier than an old bear with a sore paw.
The Cannonball. She's running away.
The throttle must have slipped.
The brakes were set. She couldn't pull against them. What happened to you?
I was checking the axle box. Someone slugged me. I didn't get a look at him.
The train's not running away. Somebody stole her. Vic, get hold of River Junction. Tell them to shunt the Cannonball off onto a siding.
Right.
Well, come on. Can't you get an answer?
I keep telling you the lines are tied up. They're probably... It's clear now. River Junction says the Cannonball passed through there a while ago. I'll try to stop her at Crestview Ridge. She hasn't shown up yet.
Something fishy. She's got to be somewhere on the 50 miles of track between the two places.
Who'd want to steal an empty train? And who stole it? Reward for stolen train. One old railroad watch with a busted mainspring. Offered by Casey Jones.
Funny. Very funny.
How come you fellas aren't out hunting for the Cannonball?
Well, what makes you think we weren't? Took a locomotive all the way to Crestview Ridge, not a sign of her.
Makes a man look awful foolish having a train swiped from him.
Yeah, Casey won't live this down for a while.
You're always talking about it being a flyer. Maybe it flew away.
Fine couple of clowns y'all turned out to be.
Now, fellas, let Casey be. It's not funny to him. Oh, it's all among friends, ain't it, Casey?
Yes, sure, Les.
Well, it's finished. Fits like glove.
Thanks, Miggs. Give him his forge, a hammer, and some old scrap iron, he can make anything.
Wish you could make a locomotive.
It's a telegram for you, Casey, from the president of the road, no less.
Well, according to Mr. Carter, I'm the laughingstock of the whole road. I'd better find the train quick or start looking for a new job.
I got the same telegram, but I'm going to get in touch with headquarters and see if I can get us off the hook.
You got any idea where the train could be?
Well, my guess is she's sitting on an old spur. There are a lot of them. Used to lead up the old mines before all the veins petered out. I'm going to check every one of them. We'll take the locomotive again and start right now. Miggs, would you like to come along with us?
Not today.
You know I never miss a Saturday's fishing unless I break a leg.
We get trapped for dinner.
Who said we'd be home for dinner?
Put that down. Put it down. Turn around.
No young'un puts a gun on me.
Cut it, Dan. Cut it.
I caught him trying to steal some of the gold.
Been guarding that gold for 7 years. Tell him where I fit in.
Might save some trouble with that. Miggs and me have been partners for a long time. When I was in prison, he came to Midvale. Got a job on the railroad so as to keep his eye on the gold. Wait till I could break out. Oh, he don't look so smart. Don't let that fool you. He figured out how to get the gold out safe and sound. By stealing a train.
Train? Well, it's taking a big risk. I could have used wagons.
Too slow. They'd be spotted for certain with the train. Make a fast night run. Get away. No kickback.
We hope. I saw a telegram at the station this morning, the sheriff, about you breaking out of prison. Said you'd been seen heading toward this part of the country and got a posse out after you.
Great. They'll tie the gold you lifted with the train you stole and really carry comb these hills.
They can't hook me up with that gold. Me, Miggs, and my bunch ambushed us 7 years ago. And we didn't leave anybody around to tell about it. We buried it here and we figured on picking it up when things cooled off. But, well, I killed a guy upstate. Boys got wiped out and I landed in prison. But Miggs, he got away clean.
Better finish loading the stuff and get on our way tonight.
Oh, we can't. That spur switch you built, one of the blades cracked and the train went over it. You'll have to make another one fast.
Look, you don't make a blade assembly just like that. Take me 2 or 3 days.
Oh, pin it down to 1. Or we'll be pinned.
Casey, I got a rest spell. I'm not tired of looking at tracks. My eyes feel like busted balloons.
Hey, Casey, look. Real beauties, huh? I had good luck today.
Ours was all bad. Drew a blank on every spur. You know, there must be another one someplace that isn't on the map.
If it isn't on the map, it must have been pulled up years ago.
Well, maybe, maybe not. At any rate, that's why I'm going to ask the sheriff for some help.
Well, I'll go along with you. Then we can stop the eating house and get him to cook these for us.
Come on, Wally. What's going on here, Les?
They're going after a killer. Escaped from state's prison, a fella named Hackley.
Hi, Casey. Did you find your train yet?
No, I haven't, Sheriff. That's what I came over here to talk to you about. I've got to find a spur that's not connected with the main line. I wondered if I could borrow a couple of your men to ride the territory and help me look for it.
Well, I'd like to let you have them, but I can't spare any till after we've caught this fella Hackley.
I only need 1 or 2.
I got a hunch. Maybe some joker stole the cannonball just to get a laugh on you. She probably shot it off into some small town yard. Lots of boxcars been lost for days that way.
You're a sensible man, Miggs. Why don't you look into that angle? I think it might be the right answer. Come on, man.
Look, Casey, if there was another spur, there would have to be a roadbed connected to the main line and we'd have seen it.
Not if it was covered with brush. Tomorrow, we're taking a handcar and checking every inch of track. Hello, Miggs.
Oh, Casey, Wally.
Hi.
We just came to tell you we wrecked the handcar.
We just missed getting killed, and it was your fault. If you'd have greased it, that King bolt wouldn't have busted on the brakes.
Well, I did grease it a couple of days ago. What probably happened is the King Bolt Crystal should have used the other hand car. It's in much better shape. I'm sorry about your accident, though.
Oh, it wasn't anybody's fault. It's just we thought you ought to know since you're the head nurse of the rolling stock.
Bring the blade for the switch?
I told you that'd take a couple of days. Just came to warn you to watch your step. Don't let any of your men go wandering around in the daytime.
Posse getting close?
Not yet. They rode in tonight, kind of worn out. Talk in town says they're going to cover the southern section again tomorrow. It's not the posse worries me. It's Casey Jones. He's still hunting for this spur.
Don't let him bother you. I can sneak into Midvale tonight.
Little man with a big gun, huh? You shoot him and every man in town will be swarming these hills looking for you.
Don't argue, Dan. We lay that track again, we don't want no audience.
I rigged an accident trying to get Casey. It didn't work.
Well, we just can't sit here. I always figure this a hit-and-run deal. Grab the train and get out fast. If we sit here, either the posse or Casey Jones is bound to find us.
I guess the fella used to sitting in a locomotive cab isn't cut out for mountain climbing.
I'm glad you talked Wally out of coming. By now, his legs would be like a pretzel.
I didn't talk him out of it. I just told him he had to be part goat to make it. Anyway, Casey, trip's gonna be worth a barrel of eggs. When you get to Lookout Peak, you're a cinch to see for 50 miles in every direction.
Oh, don't mind my groans, Miggs. I'm really happy that you thought of coming up here and bringing these binoculars. We may be able to spot that abandoned spur.
We may.
That was too close. Must be some loose shale up there. There's somebody up there. On your feet.
I thought you needed help, Casey. I was gonna bash him. How come you're carrying a gun? I never knew you two.
I never did before, till I started looking for the cannonball. Thought I may need it if I caught up with any train thieves. All right, let's have it. Why'd you push that rock down on us?
You're loco, mister. I didn't push any rock. Why should I want to kill you?
You gonna tell us, or am I gonna beat it out of you?
You better give us a straight answer, young fella.
Look, I was just minding my own business, prospecting along that ledge.
Prospecting? With those hands? You never swung a pickaxe in your life. From the way that gun belt is strapped down, says you're a gunslinger. Now talk.
I told you I was just prospecting.
Maybe you're the killer the sheriff's looking for. I'm gonna take you to jail. Miggs, tie him up with your belt. I'll get his horse.
You gotta let me go.
Wouldn't do any good. He's got both guns. I told you to keep out of sight.
Well, I wanted to make sure the rock hit him. I never thought it'd miss. Miggs, you're not throwing me in any jail.
I've got to. I tip my hand. Don't worry, though. I'll get you out. Don't give me no old back talk, or I'll bust you one.
Here, Miggs, take his horse. All right, move on.
A nice sheriff we got, letting Hackley escape right under your nose.
Quiet down and stop blaming me. I was out with the posse when it happened. Besides, the prisoner that escaped wasn't Hackley. I just got the description from the state prison, age 47. The man that got away was too young.
So it wasn't Hackley. So you lost a prisoner just the same?
How did he get out, Sheriff?
I don't know. The bars on the windows are still in place. The cell lock wasn't broken. He got hold of a key somewhere, but I can't figure how.
You better not lose any more prisoners. Or come next election, we may get us a new sheriff. Come on, let's go.
I hate to say it, Sheriff, but whoever was on duty was mighty careless or played along.
It was Ben Frawley, and he's one of my best deputies. He swears the cell was locked, and so was the front door. You can't blame him for getting a little sleep. I've been working him 16 hours at a stretch.
It's too bad he left the keys where that fella could get at them.
Nobody could have. He always shoved them under his belt. No, sir, that prisoner got a key somewhere else.
I wanted him held. I figured we might have made him tell us why he tried to bash in our skulls and get a lead on the train.
Well, if it had been Hackley, I could understand it. He might have thought you were tracking him, but a total stranger, he just doesn't connect unless he was one of Hackley's men.
He could have been. Still, that doesn't answer how he got that door open. I'll see you later, Sheriff.
Casey, what's rolling around that noggin of yours?
I've just got a wild hunch. Then again, I'm probably way off.
Hey, Dad! I got it. Riggs finished my bridge. These foxes smart at making anything. Look.
That's real nice. We'll talk about it later. So take an extra look at that. Miggs can make anything out of metal. That's the angle that keeps nagging my mind. Only he's been such a good man, I couldn't believe it. Where is Miggs?
I don't know. I haven't seen him. He left my bridge with Mr. Presby at the station.
Well, son, you've certainly earned yourself a nice present. Why don't you run along home? Well, Miggs isn't here.
Miggs just can't be tied in with it. What would he want to steal a train for?
I don't know. But I do know one thing. A man doesn't have to have a key to unlock a door. Wally, you ever hear of a lockpick? Miggs could have made one easy.
Casey, you hit it.
And what's more, he had a chance to tinker with the king bolt on the handcar. And he thought of my going up to Lookout Peak.
But if he was in with that other stranger, why didn't he help him against you?
I don't think he counted on my having a gun. He had to string along with me, else he'd give himself away.
But you don't expect to find a little lockpick in here.
I'm not after a lockpick. I want to talk to Miggs about something bigger he could have made. Wally, what happens to an assembly switch when it gets all rusty and gummed up?
Why, you couldn't throw it with a crowbar. You think he made a new switch and connected up with the old spur?
He could have done it easy. Come on, we've got to find Miggs.
My back's yipping for mercy.
Just keep pumping. Hold it. We just passed over a real short section of rail. Just the length of a switch. This is it. See this short section of rail? They must have replaced it with a switch.
I don't see any sign of a road bed.
Here it is. It's covered. They let the train run onto the spur, then they took the switch out and put the short section back in. They must have laid temporary tracks to connect to the main line. And pulled them up when the train went up the spur.
Pretty smart.
All right, put them up.
I figured you'd catch on. I'd build a switch and come poking around.
Miggs, I don't know how you got mixed up into this or why. Don't go on with it.
Sure, you got a fine record with the road.
Don't preach to me. Too bad. I kind of liked you fellas.
Oh, use your head. Get out of it while you got a chance. You spend the next 20 years in prison.
Go on, get walking.
You got about as much chance as a snowball in a firebox pulling off this stunt.
Oh, it'll come off. We got a switch and some tracks sitting in a flat car. Inside an hour, My boys are hooked on the main line. We'll be long gone. I got a place picked out where the wagon can load the gold.
I hate to puncture your bubble, but that train will act like a signpost. Point out where you are.
No, it won't. As soon as the wagons are loaded, Dad will run the train back for miles, then leave it. That'll draw any searchers away from us.
Prepare that load.
I'm gonna try and get to the engine. We can't run it. They haven't got any steam up. I've got an idea, so stay put.
Shots can be heard from miles. We can't risk it until those tracks have been relayed. I don't care what you do to them. You can toss them both in the gully after we get to the top of Crestview Ridge. Now, put them in the baggage car and finish loading. We'll roll as soon as steam's up. Come on.
How long you figure it'll be before we reach that? Jump, Wally, jump! Come on, man.
That posse's hanging on.
Wait till we hit the top of the grade. Let's shake them off. And we'll really ramble going down. Give us some more steam.
Casey, here's your orders.
Oh, thanks, Red Rock.
You know something, Dad? I'm kind of sorry about Miggs. He was real nice to me.
Well, boy, sometimes even nice men get twisted in their thinking.
I just dropped by to tell you the whole bunch are cozy as bugs and rug over at the state prison. Sure a good thing she happened to break down on that grade.
Happened for Daddle. Casey jimmied up the steam nozzle. He knew when she hit the grade, that pressure rose, wham! That valve would blow out.
Yeah, she's my girl. She does whatever I ask her.
What?
Bye, boy.
Bye, Dad.
So long for now, we'll be seeing you when Casey comes a-rolling by again with a steaming boiler and a smoking stack and the wheels striking thunder from the railroad track. There'll be Casey Jr. and the Red Rock too, Fireman Wally and the rest of the crew in a thrilling adventure that's a lot of fun when Casey takes the throttle for another run. Casey Jones, steaming and a-rolling, Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, is Casey at the throttle. Stop, look, listen, 'cause you're gonna hear a brand new story about a great engineer. He's the greatest of them all, we claim. Number one's his engine, Casey Jones, his name. Casey Jones, steaming and rolling, Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, it's Casey at the throttle of the cannonball. Yes. Casey Jones, steaming and rolling, Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, it's Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball Express.
Colville coming up.
We're back on schedule. That hot box didn't seem to hurt us too bad after all.
Can we stop in Colville, Dad?
Not this trip, son. According to my orders. We're being flagged down.
Stop, look, listen, 'cause you're gonna hear a brand new story about a great engineer. He's the greatest of them all, we claim. Number one's his engine, Casey Jones, his name. Casey Jones, steaming and rolling, Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, it's Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball. Yes. Casey Jones, steaming and rolling, Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, it's Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball Express.
What we need is a whole new locomotive. Patch her up in one spot and she busts out in another.
Casey, you shouldn't talk like that about the Cannonball. Locomotives are like people, temperamental once in a while. I'll fix that cylinder pack and it'll hold.
You'd better, or I'll scrap the old junk pile. She couldn't pull a setting hen off her nest.
Red Rock, here are your orders. We got the measles or something. Nary passenger and only 2 plows for freight.
We'll fill up the busing at the junction. Big bunch going to the fair.
Guess what, Dad? Mix is gonna make me a double-span bridge for my train set.
That's fine. That's very nice of you, Miggs.
It's nothing. I'm mighty fond of this little fella.
Say, check the left rear wheel on the passenger coach. Hot journal.
Right away.
I fixed you a special good lunch. Bologna and fried egg sandwiches with lots of mustard and piccalilli.
By the way, Casey, how are you and the boy getting along, being bachelors?
Oh, fine.
The next time his wife goes away a visiting, I'm going to take a vacation. He's been crabbier than an old bear with a sore paw.
The Cannonball. She's running away.
The throttle must have slipped.
The brakes were set. She couldn't pull against them. What happened to you?
I was checking the axle box. Someone slugged me. I didn't get a look at him.
The train's not running away. Somebody stole her. Vic, get hold of River Junction. Tell them to shunt the cannonball off onto a siding.
Right.
Well, come on. Can't you get an answer?
I keep telling you the lines are tied up. They're probably... It's clear now. River Junction says the cannonball passed through there a while ago. I'll try to stop her at Crestview Ridge.